Good afternoon, Frankie, and welcome to Win TV. We are so honored to have you with us.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure for me to be here talking with you.
I know that our viewers, just like me, we've seen you everywhere on television and movies for so many years in such a variety of roles. You are what I consider, and maybe others will use the term, a journeyman actor. You've been doing it. You can do whatever is put in front of you. So that's why it's wonderful to congratulate you and the entire cast from the movie Till, a very important movie. You all have been nominated for 7 NAACP Image Awards. And to me, in addition to Best Film, there's a wonderful nomination for Outstanding Ensemble Cast in a motion picture category. Um, this movie was so moving. It's necessary. We know the story, but it's necessary. Talk a little bit about what drew you to the movie and what you put into your role as the father of Mamie Till.
Well, I was drawn to the film by the producers. They knew me, and I think the director knew of me, and they thought that I would be a good fit to play the role of the grandfather to Emmett Till and the father to Mamie Till. And I was contacted and invited to join the cast. And of course, I know the Emmett Till story, and I know how important it is that we expose that story, get it out to the public at large, not only to the young people who weren't around during that period, but also to a lot of older people who were around but didn't know or have forgotten or whatever. So I think it's time now to give it the exposure that it needs to refamiliarize people with this horrible piece of American history. And to me, it was a no-brainer to do that, and it became very, I don't know, gut-wrenching deep. It became a deep part of me, my makeup, as soon as I decided to do that, because I knew the responsibility that I had taken on, not only to the film, but to the community at large, the young people out there, especially who didn't know of the situation, because we wanted to present it in a fair and honest way and let people make their own judgment about their feelings about this incident.
And one of the things that helped us to remind us what happened with Emmett, um, the advocacy work, the tireless advocacy work of Mamie Till until her passing. Her family has taken up the charge. And one of the things that happened last year was when Congress passed the anti-lynching law named after Emmett Till. It took that
Right.
long. And I think it took knowing that this movie was going to come out. There have been some other things that have come out about Emmett Till. I think that kind of helped push that legislation.
Oh, absolutely. And, it's a very proud moment for the family and friends and the world at large, that this thing was done and this law was passed because it showed that, quite often people coin the phrase, we want to show that your life was not in vain. You're living the things that you accomplished, the things that you did. Emmett Till, at the age of 14, didn't get a chance to accomplish a whole lot, but he did get a chance to accomplish so much in his death and the aftermath of his life. So I think it's a huge statement. It's a huge acknowledgement that that this has happened, that coincides with the release of this film. And hopefully the film, had some voice in that, and will continue to have a voice. I mean, Mamie Till, her work that she did after the death of her son was phenomenal until the day she died. She committed herself. She made a statement where she said in the film and in her book that she used to think that there was the problem of those people down south, all of the lynchings and the horrible things that were happening to blacks, racism down there. But when it happened to her son, she says she realized that it's everybody's problem. It's
Mhm.
everybody's concern. And we all, and she put her money where her mouth was because for the rest of her life, from the moment that after her son's death, she committed herself to, to racial equality, to making sure that it happens in any way that she could.
That's correct. And I want to let our viewers know again, the movie Till has been nominated for 7 NAACP Image Awards. You can go on to the NAACP Image Awards website and vote. This is a public voting awards program, and the deadline to vote is February the 10th. You've got a couple of weeks left, and we want our viewers to go on there, look for Till, but also look at other things that are going on. The NAACP awards cover the entire spectrum of creative arts, literary arts, movies, films. They're now doing awards for podcasts. So there's a lot of different things going on, and it's a big uh, form, if you will. So
Yeah.
it's going to take some time. So give yourself some time. Don't wait to do it. Don't wait to do it on February 9th, folks. Just go on and start looking at it now because you're going to have to go back and forth a little bit. But Frankie, let's get on to some other things that you're doing. You are what one would call blessed and booked because we see you in performances all the time, and you are now in the TV series The Rookie Feds, where you play the dad of the character that is portrayed by actress Niecy Nash. Uh, Rookie Feds comes on Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock on ABC. Talk to us about that character that you play on that TV series.
Well, it's a delight and a joy uh, to do to do a television show that really resonates with who you are and what you feel and how you think. It follows you. It's really, as the young people say, it's in my wheelhouse. This character falls deeply in my wheelhouse because it's a father, which I love playing, portraying strong fathers. That I have 3 daughters, and I raised them, and it was a joy and a delight and highlight of my life in doing, in exchange, in watching them grow up and see them develop and get to the point where they are now, where they can challenge me with their ideas, where they can bring. We meet in at a middle ground. It's not so much me being the father doing all of the dictating, but it's it's a collaboration here. We both are working together towards something, and this is what happens with the character Cuddy Clark in the Rookie Feds. Nishi represents the oldest recruit in the FBI, and I represent her father, who was incarcerated by the FBI and LAPD for 10 years for a crime that he did not commit. And he was finally released, and he won a huge lawsuit, and he's been living his life. But now his daughter is coming along, being a part of the one thing that he has the most disdain for because of what they did to him. And so the good thing about this, it shows that people grow from both sides. It shows that me growing and having a better understanding of law enforcement, and shows law enforcement growing and having a better understanding of who I am and why I'm out there, the character, Cuddy, and Frankie Faison, the person too, out there preaching. Let's not defund law enforcement. Let's educate them,
Mhm.
and that has been my cry for quite a while, and it's particularly the last 3 or 4 years. I did a film prior to this, work with Till, and also the work of the Rookie Feds, called "The Killing of Kenneth Chamberlain," which I would really advise, welcome everyone to tune in and try to see that film. It's streaming on different networks, but it's about a wrongful death of a 67-year-old ex Marine vet, and who has some problems, some issues, a little of dementia. But anyway, it was a wrongful encounter between he and law enforcement, and it ends up very badly. That's I'm putting a pitch in for that, the killing of Kenneth Chamberlain. But back to Rookie Feds and Cuddy Clark, it's a delight because we can be tongue in cheek entertaining in one moment, and the next moment we can be driving an important issue home. And, I'll give an example of that is when Simone comes to live with her father, and he, like I said, he has disdain for the FBI. So she
Mhm.
wears her badge and her gun into the house. And
Mm.
when he has a visitor there who he's trying to help, and she sees the badge and the gun, and she flees and runs out because she wants no part of law enforcement, the FBI like that. So Cuddy says to his daughter, "You're my daughter. I love you and I welcome you, but in my home, you are my daughter. So the gun and the badge has to go. You cannot wear them in my home. And but other than that, you are welcome." And they have times like that where
Yes.
she agrees that I want to honor your home, your household, and if that means me taking off my gun and badge before I come in here, absolutely, I will do that. And then there have been battles that she's won in which she's convinced him that he was, not really at his best in making a judgment on a certain decision. So for me, it's a delight. I would advise people to try to give this show a watch. It's got some very interesting things, and it really deals with every aspect of our community and society. It deals with gender, race, age, everything, and we would welcome you to come in and give us a visit.
The father daughter dynamics that you explained to us are very interesting. And so I appreciate you illustrating that. And when you spoke of the killing of
Kenneth Chamberlain.
Kenneth Chamberlain, you won a Gotham Award for that, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Um, you have such a busy schedule, as I alluded to before. We know you from some very memorable roles that you've been in. You've been on The Wire. You were in Coming to America, the
Mhm.
first original version. You've been in White Chicks
Mhm.
and terribly funny. I'm sorry. Every time it comes on, I see
It's hysterical.
if I'm channel surfing, I have to stop.
Yeah,
That and Coming to America, I have to stop on both of those.
right.
How do you keep up with that schedule? And I know we're running out of time, but how do you morph in and out of all the different characters that you're able to portray?
Well, one of the old secrets of, that I find in acting for me is that if the character's not in you, then you can't bring him out of you. That's what I think in a lot of
Mm,
ways. Now, everybody they have different methods, but that's my method. So
okay.
there's a part of every character that I've ever played somewhere inside of me. Maybe they don't surface because if it's a bad guy or something like that, or naughty person. We have the capability, the capacity to do so many things. And my acting, my work is to peel back layers of who I am to find those hidden people or personalities. So for me, acting is always it opens me up more to the possibilities and the possibilities of who I am or what I have in me or what I know just from lifelong experiences. So I love moving from different character. I'm what they call a veteran character actor. And I love visiting different characters, different aspects of myself. One minute I can be a comedian. And people used to think that I was a comedian after because I've done some, I've worked with some of the high-end comedians, Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, Robin Harris, and the Wayans brothers. And people say you're a comedian, but I'm not. I'm a classically trained actor. And as a classically trained actor, you can do whatever you can do, and
That's
you can
right.
find those characters that you need to find and portray them in an open and honest way, and then you can move away from them and get on with your regular life until the next character presents itself. So
That's
that's my secret.
okay. You let the secret out of the bag. Thank
Is
you. And Frankie, thank you so very much for being with us today. I want to remind our viewers that the movie Till that is still available on many platforms right now, is nominated for 7 NAACP Image Awards. You, the public, can vote. The voting deadline is February the 10th. The show actually airs on February the 25th on BET. And I think we will probably see Till walk away with many of those awards this year. Frankie, thank you. Continue the wonderful work. We look forward to seeing you. We'll look for you on Rookies Feds every week on ABC. And you have a great rest of the day.
Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate it. And bye bye now.
Bye bye.